Have you ever dropped your phone, watched it tumble toward the ground in slow motion, and whispered the ancient words known to smartphone owners everywhere? Please don't crack. Then you pick it up, hold your breath, and discover one of two things. Either it's perfectly fine or it now resembles a spiderweb that's somehow charging you $300 to fix it. Which raises a rather obvious question. If phone screens break, why are they made of glass in the first place? Why not plastic? Plastic doesn't shatter nearly as easily. It's lighter, cheaper, and can survive being dropped far better than ordinary glass. Surely someone at a phone company must have suggested, what if we stopped making the most fragile part out of glass? As sensible as that sounds, the truth is much more surprising. Modern smartphones use glass because, despite its reputation for breaking, it's actually the best material for giving us a bright, smooth, scratch-resistant display that stays clear for years. Welcome to Past in Plain Sight. Today, we're uncovering the fascinating reason why phone screens are made of glass instead of plastic. We have to travel back to the early days of touchscreen devices to understand why glass is used instead of plastic. Long before smartphones became tiny supercomputers, many electronic gadgets used plastic screens. Portable game consoles, early GPS units, personal digital assistants, or PDAs as they were called back then. The plastic worked reasonably well. It was lightweight, inexpensive, and if you dropped it, it usually survived without turning into modern art. Sounds perfect, doesn't it? Not quite. Plastic has one major weakness. Actually, thousands of tiny weaknesses. Scratches. In fact, some grains of sand are harder than many types of plastic. Carry your phone in the wrong pocket for a few weeks, and suddenly your screen looks like someone cleaned it with a cheese grater. Engineers quickly realized that people didn't just want durable phones. They wanted screens that stayed beautiful. That's where glass began making a comeback. Now, when most people hear the word glass, they picture the kind you'd find in a drinking cup or a window. Drop it once and it's game over. Phone glass is completely different. Modern smartphone screens are made using specially strengthened glass that's been chemically treated to become far tougher than ordinary household glass. One common process involves placing the glass into a hot bath containing potassium salts. Tiny potassium ions replace smaller sodium ions already inside the glass. Without turning this into a chemistry class, imagine replacing thousands of tiny people in a crowded elevator with much larger people. Everything becomes tightly packed together. That creates enormous internal compression, making the glass much more resistant to cracks. Science, once again, has found a way to make something stronger by giving it absolutely no personal space. Glass has another enormous advantage. It's incredibly hard. Not hard to understand your grandparents over a video call, hard. Physically hard. That means it resists scratches much better than plastic. Your keys, coins, and fingernails usually can't leave permanent marks on it. Of course, diamonds and certain minerals still can. So perhaps don't store your phone in the same pocket as a handful of gemstones. That's a surprisingly avoidable problem. When you're admiring the crystal-clear display on your phone, remember that you're looking through one of the most carefully engineered pieces of glass ever mass-produced. It's not ordinary window glass. It's the result of decades of materials science, chemistry, and engineering, all working together to create a surface that's smooth enough for your fingers, tough enough for daily life, and clear enough to display millions of tiny pixels with incredible detail. And perhaps give it a little appreciation. It spends every day surviving fingerprints, coffee splashes, pocket lint, accidental drops, and people aggressively poking it because an app took half a second too long to open. Honestly, if anything deserves a screen protector, it's probably the screen itself. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to Past in Plain Sight, and join us next time as we reveal another fascinating piece of history. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.